Hello and welcome to the inaugural race of the DASCAR Regional Pro Cup Series. Now, we're going to get to your 25-lap main event in a little bit, but first, we're going to go to the track with a quick sprint race from the DASCAR Lights. They'll be running 10 laps around this track, 11 drivers on the circuit altogether, and let's see them on the grid. The old-timer Norman Jysung is on the pole in car number 89. He's to his outside, it's Alex Pedro in the 02. The Fords are dominant, as third place is the other Ford of Julian Dartanius Jr. Logan York is on the top of the second row and just keeps going back from there. Some big faces in that crowd. Here we go. To the greenest, Julian Dartanius Jr. almost got into the pace car. That's going to really hurt him. He could have had a great run on that number 89 machine, but Jysung is running away with it. He is a sprint car legend, especially around these parts. So, a great effort by him. But Alex Pedro, the young gun, to the outside, trying to make the pass, and he's going to lead lap 1. But Norman Jysung coming in underneath. Logan York trying to battle in car number 93, and it looks like Jysung is going to take the race lead. We take a look further back. A lot of young talent in here, a lot of new talent. Kate Skirvin just recently appeared on the scene, driving that car number 07. For 103.5 the fan. Now, not running the best on track at the moment, but Kate Skirvin trying her best to try and get to the front as she passes some great drivers like Sean Angel and Dion Scott. Cody Hagan, car number 27, makes a pass for second, along with this huge pack of lower drivers. Not to limit their skills, but they're quite new to the scene. A lot of these drivers never even been heard of before. But Hagan tried catching up to Jysung there a little bit, but Hagan's going to fall back from him. Logan York trying to make the pass on the inside, but we've been seeing today that the outside lane is where it's at, as Jysung still trying to keep that lead away from them as these two battle for second position. We take a little further back into the pack. James Silverfox, a big name in the stock car racing world, running in this lower series. He wanted to hone his skills and just wanted to get back to the basics, driving that 077. He, along with Dion Scott and Sean Angel, are in this field, some big names. But Angel and Scott are in this field because they're mostly used to the road courses. They want to get some experience on these speedways and try and help the Utica-Rome run along with their DASCAR runs. Let's take a look a little further up in the pack at Julian Dartanius Jr., who's been having a great run, trying to catch up to these young guns, running in second, third, and fourth. He's got a little help from Dion Scott in the number 64 machine, but the 31, close partner with a lot of Trek Toggers projects, trying his best to work his way up through the pack. He's looking to pass Logan York, car number 93. Can he do it? Inside line's not the best, and he might get passed by Dion Scott on the outside. Starting to get single file up near the front, and with very little time left in the race. There goes Norman Jysung, car number 89. Only one lap to go. Cody Hagan has nothing for him, though Hagan, a great effort on his behalf. Norman Jysung, the old-timer, is going to be in the Regional Pro Cup race, driving that number 95 car that goes to the race winner of these lights event. So great job for Norman Jysung and to all of our competitors, keeping it clean and green. Let's take a look at the race results. Norman Jysung is your winner, and he will be driving in the Regional Pro Cup event. Cody Hagan second in the lights for his first start, along with Alex Pedro and Logan York. A lot of young drivers up near the front. Julian Dartanius Jr. in 5th place. Sean Angel and Dion Scott still have a lot to learn from these young drivers, 6th and 7th, followed by Kate Skirvin, James Silverfox, Dominic Cousins, and Jace Adapter. Cousins and Adapter not having a great day. They were pretty far behind, and they just did not have enough time to work their way to the front. Now let's take a look at the point standings quick for the DASCAR Lights, as it's going to be almost the same as the race results. Norman Jysung led the most laps, so he got 2 bonus points added to his 11 points. There's Cody Hagan. Alex Pedro led 1 lap, he got a bonus point. Then there's Logan York, Julian Dartanius Jr., Sean Angel, Dion Scott, Kate Skirvin, James Silverfox, Dominic Cousins, and Jace Adapter. Now let's take a look at the Regional Pro Cup event, the main race. Alright, let's take a look at the starting lineup for the main event, the Regional Pro Series event. Nathan Minazuki's on top with Derek Pemberton to the outside. Now, they did qualifying before the Lights event, And Norman Geising, though he's listed as 12th, he actually did not qualify the car. That was qualified by one of our test drivers. So that's how the 95 car will work in these events, the transfer ride. Now 35 cars are going to be racing this event. That won't be standard for each week, and the points are dependent on the number of drivers in the race. So next week at All-Star Speedway, we're going to have much less, as that facility cannot handle 35 cars. Let's head to the race itself. 25 laps of racing competition. Nathan Minizuki, car number 20, on point in that Huggies machine. To the outside, that's Derek Pemberton. Row 2, there's Trevor Germain and Alex DeMarco, followed by Michael Aurelio and Jake Williams. Pace car about to pull off. Let's get ready for some racing action here at the Utica-Rome Speedway. Now Nathan Minizuki, car number 20, has one of the newer faces in the sport, has been working his way into several different series. He is in the Utica Home Track Series as well, and he's trying to qualify for events. He made the Rockingham event, and we'll have to see how he does there. He's starting to pull away from second place Michael Aurelio in car number 92 as we head on to our second lap of competition, going through turn number 2. There comes Michael Aurelio to the inside. Hard contact into the wall behind them. I think that was Jake Williams, car number 014. As Michael Aurelio making the pass underneath, and he will take the race lead. There's Gabriel Messina, along with several other drivers that are heavily slowed by that wreck that just happened. There comes the leaders. Let's take a look at what happened to cause this wreck, as Nick Pericles is limping on the inside. Jake Williams. Seth Cole just gets right out of his group, right into the number 014, and that's going to cause a huge wreck. There's Norman Geising spinning. Zachary Fitzwater is going to get some contact. Ian Dutta, Nick Pericles, and several others. And there's more trouble. Nick Pericles, he's going to go into the race leader, Michael Aurelio, and both of them are going to go off track. Let's take a look at another angle. Michael Aurelio just lost the lead to Paul Swanson, and there comes Pericles trying to go to pit road. Aurelio was furious, and now there is a fight on pit road between the two pit crews. So tempers already flying in the early stages of this event, as PJ Williams, car number 38, is going to steal the lead away from Paul Swanson while we were looking at that replay. PJ Williams, one of our young talents, same with Swanson in the 000, trying his best on this circuit, trying to beat the rest of this very, very tough pack, and trying to lap the 50 of Prince Littlejohn, who's just on the tail end of the lead lap. They're trying to get that pit road brawl settled as this race is going on. It looks like all four of those drivers we mentioned, Cole, Pericles, Aurelio, and Pericles, are out. Norman Geising, car number 95, was the winner of the DASCAR Lights event, and he's currently running 22nd on track. He got caught up in that early wreck with Jake Williams, and now he's just trying to finish it. And I think a couple of the other drivers that failed to make the race were like, maybe I could have done a little better, but they'll have to give it their all next week. There's Alex Hawkins, car number 11. He's been working his way up through the field, and now he's trying to make a pass on Swanson. The Men's Water Chevy trying to drive to the front, but passing has been difficult, especially on that leader. So Hawkins going to have to get a full head of steam if he wants to pass him. Lap traffic being encountered. Littlejohn goes a lap down that number 50 machine. And now there's a group of cars made up of Vincent Allen, Zachary Fitzwater, and I believe that's Jamie DeFalu, trying to hold things up as Alex Hawkins tries to make it to that 38. Nathan Minizuki has been dropping like a rock, already outside of the top 10 and getting passed by more drivers, including Jackson Darby in the number 94. And there comes Anthony McCrory in the 34, who started near the back of the pack, been working his way up to the front. There's also Derek Pemberton, the 28 car, a couple spots behind. He's been falling back as well, as Tanker almost gets run off the track by Minizuki. And there's a little bit of contact back there, but they're going to keep it in line as Minizuki keeps falling behind. Now we take a look at Captain DASCAR himself, the Flying Dutchman, Robert Piet, the 047. He owns the DASCAR series, and he's behind this race car just for fun. He's here for this series for fun, and it's not going the best at the moment. He's currently at about mid-pack in the late teens, and he's currently battling with the 5 of Jordan Culp, one of the hotshot rookies on the scene. But Robert Piet, a skillful driver, just not having the best of races. He's been saying that this car has been struggling. Now let's take a look at a little bit of local flair. Not the driver, Chris Aurelio, but the sponsor of Utica Club. That car is not running especially well, but Utica Club does have a history with this racetrack. They famously brought out their 1970 Plymouth Superbird to the track for dirt races in the 70s for promotional material, but the Utica Club car not having as much success today. But Chris Aurelio hoping to get this car into victory lane by season's end. Now we take a look a little further forward in the pack. Trevor Germain has worked his way up to second place while we were looking near the back of the pack. Trevor Germain running for S3 Motorsports, which runs the Sanford bunch in the Utica Home Track Series and many other varieties of series. Germain having a great run. He fell back a little bit from the start, but has muscled his way up past some other drivers. And there's the 23 car of Chris Washer. He's working his way up through the pack. Now, don't be fooled by the livery on this number 99. This is not an American driver. This is James Shelley from across the pond in the United Kingdom. Shelley, trying to break into American stock car racing, thought this would be a good place to do it, despite this series being owned by a Dutch company. But primarily American schedule. Shelley hoping to have a great run, and he currently is. He's running in the top 10, giving an impressive effort to that number 99 machine. So the English driver in the American car doing well here in Utica. But there's also Anthony McCurry, car number 34. He started pretty poorly and working his way up to the front. And there's Zachary Robinson, car number 09, also having a great run today. Joseph Ernesto, car number 62, has been muscling his way up through the pack and right now running second overall. However, there's a huge gap between him and the leader of PJ Williams, and there's only a couple laps to go. Ray Takia's in that 04 car that went a lap down. Alex Smith is the car ahead of her. But Ernesto driving that old Arca car from the garage. They brought it out on track, and it passed inspection to race with these cars. So, Ernesto looking to have a great finish today, and so late in the event, you'll have to really mess up if he thinks he's going to lose that spot. But PJ Williams has been untouchable since he took the race lead away from Paul Swanson. Coming through the final turn, PJ Williams will be the first winner in the DASCAR Regional Pro Cup Series. Congratulations to PJ Williams, a relative unknown, coming out on track in his number 38 Ford and stealing the win from a lot of tough competitors, champions, and short track aces. Great job for PJ Williams, as now we'll take a look at your race results. Now you want to be in the top 20, because the top 20 are what are locked into the event. So there's PJ Williams, Joseph Ernesto, Chris Washer, Trevor Germain, Zachary Robinson, Anthony McCurry, Paul Swanson, who fell back a couple spots, Colin Bartel with a great finish, along with Jackson Darby, James Shelley running out the top 10. Alex Hawkins is going to fall back a little bit. Eric Enrage in 12th, Derek Pemberton, the outside pole sitter, Jordan Colt, Nathan Minazuki, Henry Nova, Alex Tanker, who really got sent up the track and fell back, Alex DeMarco, who lost quite a few spots, Robert Piet, Jeffrey Finguy ran out your top 20. Skylar Dixon, Norman Jison, Chris Aurelio, and Gabriel Mercino were the last cars in the lead lap. Alex Smith, Ray Takita, Prudence Littlejohn, Jamie DeFalu, Vincent Allen, Zachary Fitzwater were all a lap off the pace. Ian Dutta was 4 laps down. And then Michael Aurelio, Nick Pericles, Seth Cole, and Jake Williams went out. They cleared up that pit road brawl, but both parties very furious at each other, especially Michael Aurelio. Let's take a look at your point standings going into the next race at the All-Star Speedway in New Hampshire. PJ Williams on top. He led some laps, so he got some bonus points. So he has a slight lead over Joseph Ernesto, followed by Chris Washer, Trevor Germain, Zachary Robinson in 5th place, followed by Anthony McCurry, who I don't think he was expecting to get that far up on track, Paul Swanson in 7th, followed by Colin Bartel, Jackson Darby, and James Shelley mirroring the race results. Alex Hawkins, Eric Enrage, Derek Pemberton, Jordan Culp, Nathan Minazuki, the pole sitter, Henry Nova, Alex Tanker, Alex DeMarco, Robert Piet, and Jeffrey Finguy do not need to worry when they head to the All-Star Speedway next week. And speaking of, that will be our next stop on track. I believe only 25 drivers will make that event, so the lights event is going to be pretty intense, along with the qualifying session for the event. So this has been the DASCAR Regional Pro Cup Series. We'll see you next time.